Our bottom has like a piece of wood, right? Like a
Yeah.
sort of like a smaller desk down there. And the computer's sitting on top of that. So it's raised up slightly off the floor. So if I bump the computer and it moves back, it can tilt backwards. Oh my god, why is this not working?
What? Okay.
My stop, controller, please! Maybe it wants a different USB port. There we go. There we go.
Okay. I don't know. That doesn't really feel... Okay, so I will... That feels like a question that there's no useful answer for here. Like, I'm not a psychologist, and I'm definitely not somebody of the money needed to do an extensive study, and I don't know anything about... Like, I don't know. It's like... I think my answer to it would almost be like, it doesn't matter, right? Or...
Oops.
Because at that point, you're asking a question about, like, the natural state of being, and I think, like... I don't know, whatever. I think I'm just not touching this one, to be honest. It feels like too big a question with too much writing on it, and also nobody here has any data.
Yeah. I've seen some people discuss that concept before, but I don't really remember what the details were, or... You know.
Yeah. I mean, you can, like, do some
and I think
shitty...
it was just sort of like, you know, even if that was a thing in the past, it just because something sort of like naturally arises doesn't mean that it's good, you know?
Yeah.
Or should happen. So like it's still like we should, you know, like it would be like, you know, it's like, well, what if cavemen just like killed each other and there was like no justice system? It's like, well, okay, you know, we're probably living a better life than if we don't do that now, you know?
Well, I think the way I'd put it, right, okay, is that human evolution is part genetic and part mimetic, right?
Uh-huh.
You know, people have a cultural and learned component to themselves, right? Behavior is passed on from person to person across generations, right? If you scratch every itch you feel, it will probably get you killed, right? Because there are many conditions where you will just eventually rip the skin open and get infected, right? But you know not to do that because somebody explains it to you, right? Ergo, sometime, you know, we're all saddled with whatever our inherent nature is, right? But then there's a lot more built on top of that, right?
Yeah. Like, I've seen people say that, like, you know, the thing that sets us apart is our ability to think and reason, you know?
Yeah.
So...
And I would say, like... Well, and I'd say that, like...
And sort of, you know, override base instincts and stuff like that through thought processes.
But I would say that, like, at least...
I think this is the first game I've ever played with a depiction of somebody getting a blood pressure test. And it's not, like, well, maybe there's some kind of, like, medical game out there that would have that. But this is the first game that I've played where it's, like, just some random type of game and the main character gets a blood pressure test.
I'm so glad I don't have to have those anymore. That was a thing I needed back when I was on Spiro. Before I changed over to Cyproterone.
We zapped him in the brain. Did you see that?
Holy shit.
That's a hell of a loading screen. So many like loading screens and stuff in this game just like tank the bitrate.
That loading screen really upset me. Okay, so
He's not on your back. You got no
okay, so I don't know
grandpa no
how.
more.
Maybe he's asleep. He disappears when he's at. Well, I mean, then again, oh, that makes sense.
I'm in like a virtual training thing.
Well, I think the problem here is like.
This is just like the Matrix.
Yeah. Just to answer the stuff in chat, like, I don't know if I want to like keep
this
going on this
picturesque
because eventually
location.
it's going to become like the theme. I
It's
don't
gonna
know. I
take
don't want
over
it to
the stream.
dominate. I don't want it to be what this fucking VOD is remembered for. But all I'm going to say is that the people mentioned in those files are let's be honest
They're
here,
not
right?
normal
The kind of
people. Not everyday
capitalism filters for weird sociopath freaks, right? The people who have enough money to be involved in all that stuff are already people who are naturally probably like, I don't know. Like, you're not a healthy person if you have that much money.
Yeah, because
right?
like it always requires some amount of being unethical to get there. And in fact, to get that high, it is massive amounts of unethical things.
And from what I've heard suggested,
because that's the
it
thing,
sounds like
where, you know, for years and years, people have been like, you know, like it's like to get there, you have to do heinous stuff. So, like I've seen people being like, it's no surprise to find out about these things, because like we've been saying this forever, that these people have to be doing horrible things to get to these places, you know?
I don't think power or money changes people. I just think that, like, I think that the people who seek it out, you know, it says something about you, right?
Yeah.
Because we've seen the stats, you know, happiness does not keep increasing with more money past the point of financial security, right? The reason you keep looking for money is because
it gets mistaken for flat land a lot. Sphere land. This game is insane, by the way.
It really fucking is.
What are we doing now? We're having tea? Like a bus stop? What? Here, take this. Take this little fucking guy. This
You know, I've fucking. You know what's really upset me recently?
TikTok boy.
You know, Smiling Friends, rest in peace.
Rest in peace.
You know how there's
I saw a lot of people celebrating that it's cancelled.
Oh, I mean, like, I don't know. It's just whatever. Like, I watched some of it and it was like just kind of okay. It was filler, right? I feel like it had nothing really to. I'm sure somebody's gonna be having my head off for this, right? But it feels like it had nothing. It feels like it was. It definitely, people had fun making it, and it had some good jokes, right? And it had some interesting art style mixing, and there was a lot of it showed off a lot of people's talents. It had nothing to say though, and it was boring. It's
I saw
fine.
Somebody
it's
describe
like,
it as
take it or leave it.
South Park, but without the slurs.
It is not fucking South Park without the fucking fuck off. Like, South Park has everything to say, for better or worse. Smiling Friends is just, it's just fine. It's just a serviceable comedy. Some of its like line deliveries are really good and memorable. That's like what it amounts to.
Oh, now this really feels like the Matrix. Like, this really feels like the room where they did the training in the Matrix.
What? Oh yeah, what's this broccoli head in that game? I'm gonna be honest, like...
Okay, I get it.
Everything to do with this game is a bag of worms. I felt almost like vaguely overstimulated watching it so far.
There's so much happening all the time. And like it keeps changing.
So I take down the bony giant and finish the test.
Who designed this? Where's half its face? Who designed this thing and what were they thinking when they designed it?
Oh, this reminds me of the fucking stupid Star Wars discourse that was on Twitter like a few weeks ago.
What was that?
So apparently in like one of the like random droid designs you see in like I think the sequel movies at some point is like a full human, right? Like just an actual human body, right?
Uh-huh.
Except everything just above the top teeth has been cut off and replaced with basically like a fucking Wi-Fi router laid flat. And the idea is that's a droid, right, with like a human body, right?
Uh-huh.
And like a lot of people were like, this is too depressing for Star Wars. Like, do you think I want to fucking see like a young woman with her head ripped off? And it's like, I don't know, it's like fucking... I don't know, I don't know, I don't fucking know. Oh, like Britney Spears and... I don't remember what happens with Britney Spears in South Park.
I don't know anything about South Park.
I used to watch it when I was, like, pretty young. And I've had, like, a weird arc with it where it was, like... I think I hated it originally because I thought it was just crass garbage.
Oh, zombies.
And then I learned that it was actually had, like, a lot to say. And then I grew up more and realized that everything it had to say was tepid garbage. So did I hate it again? I don't know.
I'm dying.
I'll give them credit.
Hold on.
Oh, okay.
Oh, fuck. God damn it.
Darn it.
Damn it.
But yeah, I think I, at the very least at this point, respect that they were like some of the few people who weren't completely spineless when dealing with Trump, right? Because a load of other people were just like, well, I guess, you know, we have a leader that just threatens fucking media that, like, criticizes him. We should just all comply in advance. Wait, what the fuck? Yeah, okay, I think I never saw that storyline. Sounds gross. Like, just, like, to look at.
And that's in Star Wars? It does feel a bit tonally off for Star Wars.
No. UZ Racers talk about... No, the last thing is talk about, South Park.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the Star Wars thing was... I think it was just a background character or something in some scene.
Well, never mind then.
But yeah, I've heard... I think, like... Britney Spears, I remember in the 2000s, vaguely, because I was young, obviously.
Oh, they're comparing that to the Star Wars thing, right. Gotcha.
People were like, you know... People had a very negative view of her, right?
Yeah.
But, like, I think at this point she's been kind of vindicated.
Because wasn't she, like...
Like, it really does just seem like...
abused?
Yeah, she was massively abused. She was basically, basically just her family and her manager just tried to control her entire life, basically.
Yeah.
And all of the, like, you know, crazy acting out was just her, you know, trying to exercise any fucking agency in her life.
Yeah.
Too depressing for Star Wars, the franchise that started with the main protagonist's caretakers being killed and the entire planet being blown up. Yeah. I think another thing from the 2000s that, like, people had the wrong view on, which I always bring up, is the McDonald's coffee case. Because back then it was just, did you hear there was a woman in America who sued McDonald's because she spilled her coffee? But then you, like, look into the details and it's like the McDonald's burned. Okay, so, like, let's not mince words here, right? Her vulva melted. And And I think that most people could agree that, like, they don't think that you wouldn't expect a McDonald's coffee to melt your genitals, would you? And what she was looking for was her medical bills paid for. That was it. The extra charges came because the judge rightfully was like,
well, this is
"You were
fucked up."
serving coffee at ridiculous temperatures.
Yeah.
Fuck you. It's a there's a penal cost, you know." So yeah, she was totally fucking in the right, 100%. And also, McDonald's had paid out for a load of other cases that were the same because they were knowingly serving coffee that would like give you third-degree burns, right?
It's like,
and they were paying for all these other cases.
You wouldn't even, like, let alone spilling it on yourself. You wouldn't even want to drink it at that temperature.
No, you definitely wouldn't. The only reason they decided to fight this one was they thought, oh well, if we can win this one case and set a precedent, then we can save a load of money. So it was just greedy corporate fucking bastards. And then the fucking story hits the newspapers and everybody takes the side of fucking, let's be honest here, evil McDonald's, right? Not the little old lady with third-degree fucking burns.
This reminds me, since we're on the topic of McDonald's, it reminds me of the movie The Founder, which McDonald's allowed, right? And I love that movie because it feels like it doesn't mince words or anything. Like it's just it's very cut and dry. It like the main character looks like it feels like a cautionary tale to me, like especially with like the presentation, like the music choices and everything. It doesn't sound uplifting or anything, right? Like it doesn't sound aspirational. It sounds kind of just like depressing because it's a movie about a guy throwing his entire life away for money, right?
Yeah.
That's what it comes down to. Like he loses everything sort of meaningful and material about his life and he like screws a bunch of people over, and all of it is just for money, right? And it's really interesting to me that McDonald's just is like, yeah, sure, go ahead on that, on just sort of this brutally honest biopic.
Well, because the problem is if the thing is if you show it as the thing is of honesty, right? Is that if you're enough of a fucking idiot to look up to Ray Kroc anyway, right? Then you'll just look at it and you'll see him stabbing people in the back, and you'll go, "Oh, this is so cool."
Yeah, because that's the thing. Is there are people who take it as sort of like an inspirational film. Like, oh, look at this guy who pulled himself up by his bootstraps and became so powerful and everything. But you watch him just like destroy the lives of the people who originally created McDonald's. And like you see them get like really angry. Like you see them react as you would expect to somebody like screwing them over, And people take this as inspirational? Like what are you talking about?
I think it's always, I don't know. I think like there are some people for which life is simply about winning or losing, and that's all. And these people are not worth. You just
like Ray Kroc is the villain of that movie, I think.
Yeah. He lifted himself up by his bootstraps and straight into the elephant's asshole. Oh, yeah.
Pay any amount of Emerald Flosion to participate. Emerald Flosion is such a term.
This really is, it's terminology, the game, and I kind of love that.
Let's just make up new words for everything. Oh yeah, I should check on my bastards. I should check on the bastard garden. My bastard is ready to harvest. No, yeah, McDonald's was started by just regular guys. You're completely correct, yeah. This game is incredible so far, yeah. It grew up well. Alright, what's his... Often bitten by rats. That's this one's characteristic. His name is Charles.
Space Station?
Charles is often bitten by rats. I don't have any seeds. Okay.
I think it's really funny that, like, you know how we were talking in the server earlier about people being angry at Mugenics just because its name is a pun on eugenics.
Yeah.
I think it's funny that Romeo is Dead has come out and has a far more
Romeo's a dead
unethical
man.
breeding system. Nobody has even noticed because it doesn't draw attention to it.
I'm the wrong person to ask about No More Heroes because I haven't played it.
I never finished 3. I need to get back to it. I'm really bad at sticking with games nowadays. I was loving 3. I just kind of I don't know. I was busy at the time. And also, I'm not the one playing it, so that makes it a bit
I
annoying
have
as well for me to
played
judge.
Lollipop Chainsaw though, and this
Yeah, I was gonna say, how's it
this
stack up
game
to that?
compares extremely favorably to Lollipop Chainsaw. If it almost feels like a sequel to that game.
The important context should probably be that Elena has only. I think Lollipop Chainsaw is the only Suda 51 game she's played. So
and I played it October last year, so it's pretty fresh in my mind still.
what other fucking Suda games are there we could go look at some point? I think at some point I would maybe like to stream the No More Heroes games myself. Maybe. There's that one where it's like, what's the other one? What's the one that's like a guy going to hell? He has like a gun that wisecracks or whatever. What's that one called? I can't fucking remember. It was one of the ones that had like a publisher that
Ruby
was like a
says
big...
she thinks I'd like No More Heroes. You seemed less sure about it.
Well, it's like it's a hard thing to recommend because it's 3 entire games. So it feels like a big thing to like sell you on, you know? Like, yeah, 3 was the most engaging. I think it's the only one I would say actually has like what I would call good combat. It's the only one where I play it and I'm like, yes, this is clever on a moment-to-moment basis. But like the thing is that like No More Heroes is story-based enough that I think you've really got to play them in order. So you got to play No More Heroes 1, then 2, then you've got to play Travis. Is it Travis Returns? Or whatever. And then you got to play No More Heroes 3.
Mm.
Oh wait, shit, they do? I didn't know
really?
that. I mean, I guess it makes sense. You know, none of them have anything large scale enough that, like, it would preclude the others, you know?
Like, you can easily imagine them existing in the same world.
Yeah.
Was the original No More Heroes a GameCube game?
No, it was Wii.
It was a Wii game.
Yeah.
I get it confused with Beautiful Joe for some reason, I think.
That's that's funny. Only
the shallow know themselves.
Like when I imagine No More Heroes in my head, Beautiful Joe pops into my head first for some reason.
Oh, that's a weird ass comparison. I guess I get what you mean. I can kind of see it, but also like Beautiful Joe is part of like Kamiya's body of work, and that has like a very specific through line, and it feels so attached to that. To mix it with something else feels weird almost.
Maybe this is the comic book aesthetic. I don't know why I make that association in my head. I don't know anything about Beautiful Joe either. That's probably why I've managed to mix them up, is they're both games that I know nothing about. And
okay, so
Beautiful... Don't they both have like sort of like a red aesthetic?
No.
Aren't they both kind of like red? Because in my mind, both No More Heroes and Beautiful Joe are red.
Like Beautiful Joe, the protagonist is red. Because he's like a red power, he's a red like Sentai Power Ranger looking dude, right?
I see.
No more heroes. I guess the main character has like a very dull red jacket.
The mayor of Deadford. What? Okay. She made a deal with a god. Probably something like eternal bloodshed.
So,
Incredible.
Would you associate okay, so Beautiful Joe, right?
Uh-huh.
They... Beautiful Joe, I think, is like implied to be canon to like.
Oh, I gotta go do
Wonderful
this damn thing again.
Is
Yeah,
like
because of the Beautiful Joe association, I kept I kept thinking that Wonderful 101 was Suda 51.
no,
That doesn't make any sense, does it?
no. I mean, like they both have like big names attached to them. Because Hideki Kamiya and Suda, like, even if they're kind of different, like, Hideki Kamiya is, like, I would say, more traditionally... Like, his games are more put together TM, they're more good TM, you know what I mean? Like...
Which suit? Where am I going exactly?
Like, I'm not trying to say he's, like, a square, right? But he's, like, more mainstream legitimate, you know? And his stuff is, like... colorful and interesting, but like less actively like in your face about it.
Oh, I just have to steer. Okay.
But yeah, like his, you know what, you know the other stuff he's done, right? Like
Who?
I think Okami.
What do we? Wait, I was paying attention to the game. I missed what we're talking about.
Do you know the other stuff the Beautiful Joe guy has done?
No, I don't know anything about these games. That's part of the problem.
Okay, Hideki Kamiya, I think, was the director of Okami. He did Beautiful Joe.
Oh, I didn't know. I didn't know he was Okami.
Bayonetta, the first one.
I didn't know that either.
Wonderful 101.
Dang.
Wait,
Okay.
hold on. Was he involved with? Was he involved with Devil May Cry? I can't remember because I think he. Yeah, because he was
Hello, Devil May Cry.
Because. Wait, so what company? Wait. Resident Evil, what fucking company is that again?
Capcom.
Yeah, Capcom. I think Okami's also Capcom, right?
I see.
Okami was done by like a sub-team within Capcom that I think Kamiya used to work for or be part of.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think that, like, because he went on to make Bayonetta, right, which is like very Devil May Cry-like. I think he might have been involved. I think he was involved with Devil May Cry. I think it's really funny that like they tried to make Resident Evil 4 like twice, and the first time it ended up really silly and camp and whatever, so they turned it into Devil May Cry instead.
Resident Evil 4 is still extremely campy.
That's the thing. And then they try it again, and it ends up silly the second time. just feel like at that point it's just admittance, you know, like. You come to a point of acceptance.
That's a hell of a portal.
I don't know. I'm gonna be honest. I've heard that, like, from what I've heard, it feels like Capcom really just doesn't view their old Resident Evil games as legitimate anymore.
I see.
And it's like funny because like the remakes it feels like it varies between them, but to some extent they're kind of just new games, right? That just
especially
like
3.
Weird... One second.
The Resident Evil 3 remake apparently like just like completely changed everything. It's like not very similar to the original at all, apparently.
Anyway, what was I saying? Yeah, I don't know. I think that like one of the things that pisses me off the most about like the games industry and community at the minute is that like okay, so there's a lot of like bringing old shit back, right? And there's a lot of needless ambiguity between things that are like remasters, remakes, and reimaginings. And I feel like people in the industry need to get better at differentiating them, right?
Well, that's been the case for years. We've been having this conversation for years now.
I know, but it never fucking gets any better, you know? Like, if a game...
Oh, and also port. That's the other thing.
Oh yeah, and port, yeah.
People need to know the difference between what's a port.
If you take a game and you make it work on a different system, that's a port. If you start...
And then also, well, there's also the term enhanced port, where you port it over and then add some new features, but it's still the exact same game otherwise.
If that becomes a big overhaul of, like, certain assets or whatever, then at that point, it's a remaster.
Like, Atari 50 is enhanced ports.
Yeah.
For example.
If you are making it again, right? Like, if you are starting from the beginning, and you are making it, like, basic... If you're trying to make it... If you are starting from the beginning and intentionally trying to make it like the original, that's a remake.
I feel like I should make the voices in this game louder. They get a bit drowned out. Let me check on the settings.
And if you're like... If the game is basically just a new game with the same storyline, that's a reimagining.
Like, or what if it's... Well, what's the Resident... Or excuse me, what's the Final Fantasy VII remakes then? Because they changed the story too. What are the... I guess that's a reimagining too then.
It's a very bold reimagining. In fact, I'm gonna be honest, I feel like... So, I don't know...
Voice volume is maximum. I guess I should turn down everything else a little bit.
Shove like a banana in each ear for the next like 10 seconds if you don't want to hear this. But I've heard it implied that like the Final Fantasy VII reimaginings are in story, like an alt timeline or something. Like that's supposedly like an confirmed, right? So they don't override the original or anything.
I see.
But yeah, if anybody wants to throw random game releases at me, I'll tell you what they fucking are. Unless if I don't know what they, unless if I have no information. But like you know,
that's an interesting enemy. I haven't seen one of those yet. Oops. I should have healed. I was standing in the hurting goop. The goop that hurts.
Actually, what if I quiz you on some, Elena?
Huh?
What if I quiz you on some, like some re-releases and ask you what they are? Like, what's the Insane Trilogy, Elena?
Well, that's a remake.
What about Sonic Adventure DX?
That's just a port. Well, you could call it an enhanced port, though. Calling it enhancements is a bit dubious. But...
Wrong. That one's a demaster, actually. And each subsequent re-release of it is a further demaster.
That's really funny. I like the bloody summer, it's fun. It's not as flashy as the big chainsaw moves in Lollipop Chainsaw, though.
Wait, we have a modern motorcycle in the 60s and the computer stuff didn't...
Well, that's my motorcycle. And that's just, like the organization's stuff.
Yeah, because the main character of this dead man works for...
a time-traveling agency.
The time-traveling agency and the part of the FBI.
The time police, or whatever they call them. Oh, Jesus Christ. what would you negative dancer? What would you count Super Climb Up as, Bis? Because it uses the same like original programming as the original version of the game, but it's been like built on top of.
I would say it's just a really fucking good remaster.
I see.
Although
Yeah, I was gonna say I think I would call it a remaster.
Yeah, it's a remaster.
Because
you know that-
because the term remastering comes from like music originally, where you where you remaster the tapes, you know, like you mix the audio and stuff over again, you know, but you keep the same, like it's the same recording. It's just literally been remastered. So you know the game version was it's the same programming, but you've redone the visuals, you've added stuff onto it, maybe, you know, that kind of thing. So.
Do you remember that really sick fucking remaster of Wonder Boy the Dragon's Trap, where it's an emulated game, but then there's there's a fucking hand-drawn 2D animated version of it, like running on top, and you can peel back that whenever you want.
There's a few other examples of that actually. There's that random NES Rugrats game they made a couple years ago. Has like a HD version of the game that is just like it's just adding HD visuals on top of the
it has
NES version. And then also Atari 50 has Yar's Revenge enhanced, which puts HD graphics over the over Yar's Revenge, and but you can turn them off at any time, and you can see that it is just the original Atari game playing. So I always like that. It's always kind of cool.
I fucking hated the most recent Yar's Revenge.
Okay, well, that's not what I'm talking about.
I know. I just have to think about it sometimes. It was just so fucking mid, Elena. It was so mid.
I know at least one person who really likes it. I won't name and shame though.
I mean, you could have been more diplomatic and not even mentioned the concept.
Well, I'm like, you know, I know somebody who really likes it. I don't think it's like completely without merit.
How'd you feel if it was about Garrett? Like if they forgot to put Garrett in the game.
What?
You know, Garrett.
What are you talking about?
You know, just Garrett Williams.
What?
Like
what
just
are you
the guy,
talking?
Garrett
what
Williams.
Game? What?
Like imagine if they forgot to put Garrett Williams in Yar's Revenge.
The fuck? Shut the fuck up. What the hell are you talking about?
Garrett Williams, he's a father of 5. He lives in Cumberdale.
Okay. I watched an interview with the guy who made Yar's Revenge, and he was talking about how he came up with the title. Because, you know, back then they would just make games and then come up with the titles later, right? And in fact, they'd have, like, usually different people would come up with the title than the people who made the game. And in this case, he was like, he heard that they were starting to, like, come up with titles for it. And he's like, I really want to, like, can I submit something? I really want to submit a title for this. And they're like, okay, go ahead. And he said he stayed in the office, like, overnight, coming up with ideas. And he said he has, like, an algorithmic approach to coming up with things like this. And he was like, it's an action game, so I want, like, an action word in the title, right?
Yeah. So you want revenge?
Yeah, so he came up with the word revenge. He's like, that's a really good sounding, like, action word, you know? And, like, everybody wants to get revenge, you know? Like, that's a good...
Everybody wants to get revenge!
That's how he worded it.
You're assuming the worst of human nature.
And then, you know, since it was like a sci-fi type thing, he wanted, like, a sci-fi word. And he ended up, the CEO of the company at the time was Ray Kassar, so he just took his first name and spelled it backwards. It's like, that kind of sounds like a spacey alien kind of name, right? Like Yar. It sounds cool. So it was Ray Kassar, Kassar. A Psycho Rotter. This game... Oh, I got a rare bastard scene.
Oh, nice. The term rotter is really funny to me, because in England, it's just like it's just a term you could just call to me, like, you rotter.
Also, I think
Just like a thing you can say. But in this, it means literally as in like rot, as in decay.
Also, Yar's Revenge is a really simple game to play, but when I was a kid, I could not comprehend how it worked. I didn't understand any of it.
It is a bit esoteric.
It's not. It isn't even esoteric. Is the thing. I'm like, I don't know why I didn't understand this as a kid. There's just a wall, and you like break it into pieces, and then you go all the way to the end, like you go past the wall to where the enemy is, and then you like call in a missile strike, basically. And you have to line that up, and then it blows up the enemy, and then that's it. And then you have like a safe zone in the middle where you can't be shot at from, but also you can't shoot from there either. That's it. That's the whole game.
Yeah.
It's just
So
it's extremely simple.
Can I just quickly...
Because, yeah, also originally it wasn't Yar's Revenge, it was the Yarian Revenge of... It's like... Karzak 5 or something like that. I forget what the name was. But it wasn't just called Yar's Revenge at first. They simplified it down later. Is that funny?
That is funny.
I like that it was such a long-winded title originally. Chilnall. Chilnall.
What was I about to... Oh yeah, you know how in Yar's Revenge, the new one, the original game is repurposed into hacking minigames?
Yeah.
How do you think that compares to Mario Odyssey, where 2D Mario gameplay is recontextualized as wall? Can you tell everybody your theory about Mario 1? I want everybody to know what you think of Mario 1.
I don't want to get on that right now.
Oh, you don't want to?
No, it's a long-winded thing and I don't have the energy for it.
Oh, okay. Maybe next time we play a Mario game.
We still have to play Mario Wonder. We never got very far in that. And plus the Switch 2 edition's coming out soon.
Yeah. Wait, is that the game where they made Rosalina fucking stacked?
Yeah.
Okay, that might make up for everything else. Shut up. A coffee machine?
Head to the mayor's office.
One of my partners sounds like a coffee machine sometimes.
What?
You know, whenever Callie does like a purr noise, it always ends up sounding like a coffee maker to me.
I see. I've summoned my
Which is funny.
bastards.
Yes! I love it when you summon your
I love when a
bastards.
game gives you brand new phrases to say that you that have never existed previously. You said this is like terminology of the game.
Yeah.
Well, that's some good terminology if it's if it feels like so totally brand new like that.
Mm.
I'm getting oh, I'm in the bad smell ground.
That's not good. Get out of it.
Trying.
Cause in the end, it's you and your friends.
I love the bloody summer.
You'll
It's very satisfying.
your flame. Summoning my bastards at 3 AM to retrieve a Nintendo Switch 2 from Walmart.
Their heads got set on fire. Alright, bringing the bastards back in again. My suicide bomber bastard killed that enemy for me.
Nice.
Bloody Summer's ready to go. I can hear the music is going, I'm a dead man.
That's pretty sick.
Also, I turned on streamer mode, but both the streams of this I've gotten copyright claimed anyway. No!
Are you sure it's
Got me in
on?
the
You
back.
didn't misread the UI or something?
It says on.
Hmm. Well, maybe the game would be even worse. Like if it was on. Like if it was off.
Like, what's the point of streamer mode if I'm still getting copyright claimed for shit? Here, look, I'll show you the option. Sound settings, streamer mode, on.
Wild. Oh yeah, and it says it avoids copyrighted sound. No, what the fuck then?
Yeah, I don't know what it...
Okay, one sec, I need to go close the cat door. You know how it is. With the cat door.
Unfortunately. I gotta destroy this thing, because it's spawning enemies. No, heal, heal, do the heal. I'm pressing the healing button. God damn it. It didn't heal. Defense, well, that'll help. I gotta go over here immediately. Oh, I killed the spawner immediately. Hell yeah. Let's give him a bloody summer. Why did it activate? I didn't kill everything. It's not all dead. Hello, it's not all dead yet. Why did it say that? There we go. Now they're all dead. Wait, no there aren't. There's still this guy. See if I can go back and save.
Let's see if I can go back and rave.
Looks like this door can't be open. Okay. Hey! Where are you all fucking coming from? There we go. It came from the bathroom, I guess. Zombie's gotta take a dump too, I guess. Do not be egotistical, dead man. Let's go to subspace. I like the transition to subspace. It's always kind of fun.
Hmm.
What do you think?
I think it's pretty nice.
Also gonna play for another half hour at most. Just so you know. Head to the mayor's office. What happened to my head? Where's the ring? Do I always look like this in subspace and I just wasn't paying attention?
Feels distinctly possible.
What are we doing? Huh? I don't know what the fuck that was. I just kind of randomly pressed buttons until it worked.
It's pretty genius of you.
That's literally what his grandpa said. He's like, "You're a genius." It's funny. Let's travel to real space. I'll be waiting. Cinderella's magic spell ends at 12 a.m.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, this is different. I got a potato. And chocolate. Okay. I guess we doing space-time rifts now.
That loading screen with the like colors like spiraling in always upsets me because it looks like
upsets
they're
you?
like Because it looks like paint being mixed, and the first one I saw was like blue, red, and black. I was just like, you're gonna make an ugly color with that. Subtractive light, you can't just mix things that are that different. It's gonna look gross. What are you doing?
I mean, I guess we're doing a dungeon now.
Yeah, it would seem so. We're in a dungeon-ass dungeon.
All local businesses open. I guess we're doing X now, is basically the theme of this game, since Ruby. What do you think of that, Biz?
Yeah, that's pretty accurate so far.
Oh shit. Oh, you can't fit through the door. How convenient. Oops, he can still attack me through it though if I get too close. Sometimes his weak spot is visible. I just have to aim right. Oh, I got him.
Nice.
Didn't have to hit him in the weak point anyway. Haha. Uh-oh. Bring in the bastards! Bastards are charged up. Ouch. Guy hits really fucking hard. How would I feel if you brought in the bastards? That'd be great. Go ahead. What if you brought in the bastards, Biz?
I wouldn't know any bastards.
Oh, you're falling asleep. You're falling asleep, Biz.
I am not falling asleep.
Wake up, Biz.
I am not falling asleep. Shut up. Shut up, I am not. I'm just a little bit exhausted.
Dead. That must be the way I came in from, so we wanna go this way. We're doing this again. There's too many of these big guys. I thought it said the danger level was easy. That's why I elected to come here. Like, easy? Oh, that sounds easy. Little did I know, easy meant difficult. Oh, I killed him by shooting him in the ass. I shot him up the ass, Biz. Biz?
Yeah.
I shot him up the ass.
Oh,
That's
I'm
why I
proud of
killed
you.
him.
Would you still love me if I shot you up the ass?
Probably not. That's a pretty mean thing to do. But the range on that is insane. This one's trying to shoot me. Stop trying to shoot me. There we go. There we go, got him. Romeo's a relic, man. Every achievement is always something like that. You still there, Bess? Alright, I guess we should probably wrap up the stream now. Bess has left the building. Bess! Hold on, let me... Hold on. See if I can get them.
Hello? I didn't go anywhere.
You were asleep.
No.
I'm gonna finish up the stream now.
Okay.
Because you want Eepus Peepus doing a
No,
sleepus.
I just imagined a train for a minute. Oh, well, it was cool. We had a good time.
Come on, Biz.
Oh, guests? Like, you mean me?
I'm looking for clues. I don't really have anything pointed out. Did I not finish the dungeon? What was there more supposed to do in there? Biz, are you awake?
Yeah, I'm awake.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I'm BisTheFairy. I'm like here every Thursday
And Sunday.
and every Sunday. Oh my god, I need to wake up, you're right.
I was planning to go for another 10 minutes, so if you can hold out for that long, that'd be good.
I can hold on for 10 minutes, I'm fine. I'm fine.
Biz gave me this game, so that's why I'm playing it. I hadn't even heard of this one, so...
Wait. You see...
I guess we're going back. I guess we doing the space-time rift again. What is your Discord status right now? I can't see it because I have streamer mode on.
What's your Discord status at the minute?
It's a little car emoji and vroom vroom.
I don't think I have a status at the
I've had that for a while.
Yeah, I don't have one. At least not now. Which is a shame, I should put something funny up there when I get a chance. I was having this lovely dream, Elena, where we were on the footplate of this lovely old heritage steam locomotive, and we were driving it. But then I learned that this entire event had been set up by one of your dastardly foes.
My dastardly foes.
I don't know who.
I don't have any dastardly foes. Everyone loves me.
Yeah, I must have made one up then. And apparently the choo-choo was on its way to be
special and good, and everyone loves me.
And apparently the track we were on was going to just end in the fucking sea. So I was like, okay, Elena, we got to bail on this
I don't
thing,
know how
but
to
first.
swim. It really is a dastardly,
Wait,
a dastardly foe.
what was I gonna say? What was it? Oh fuck! It was like, I was like, okay, we need to bail, but also I need to put the regulator on max, put the brakes on. We're gonna see if we can save this beautiful piece of engineering and not have it go in the ocean. When you go to your profile, that I meant, you ask questions, lady? Wait. I don't think I'm reading that. I don't think I'm parsing this well. But that might just be because I'm like half asleep.
Ouch. Bring in the bastards!
When you go on her one second, let me have a look. When you go on her profile on Discord. Wait, is this gonna be about? Have you ever? Wait, hold on. Are you referencing the?
Are you referencing my profile?
Have you ever farted a little too hard and poo-poo comes out of your booty? Is that the fucking? Is that the question you're referring to? Elena, I swear to God, why do you have that there still?
How could I get rid of it at this point? It's iconic. Let me see here.
Are you gonna show the original fucking video?
Oh, you know it.
Oh, here we go.
The chills thing.
Here we
Have
fucking
you ever
go.
farted a little too hard and poo-poo comes out of your booty?
Let me see the see if I can get the visual up here for you. The visuals make it even better. Hold on. There we go. This should just work? Yeah, there we go. Alright, watch this.
Have you ever farted a little too hard and poo-poo comes out of your booty?
There you go.
I hate that fucking video so much. I hate that video so fucking much. It's not funny. Have you ever farted a little too hard? And poo-poo comes out of your booty. Can somebody please swaddle me in some kind of little blankie? And then put a funny little hat on my head. Like a
funny little hat.
Yes. That is okay, no. That's it, Uzi Racer. I'm banning you for that one. That's the most obnoxious thing I've ever read in my life. No. Well, Elena thinks it's fucking funny.
I think your reaction is the funny part.
I'm Spumbust. Officially.
I don't know what the fuck I'm supposed to do in this dungeon. It's the only place that I have to go.
Oh, you're not banned,
So...
and also it's that, and also it's they, by the way. But yeah, I didn't ban. No ban. I wouldn't actually abuse my power like that. It's tempting though. I swear to God, it's tempting with some of the fuckers we get in here. Yeah, like the pronoun. Yeah.
Alright, here comes the bastard. I like that one, it just explodes.
Imagine just fucking exploding.
Well, and also he's often bitten by rats, don't forget that. Important character trait. Oh, and I fucking died. Okay. Alright.
Why are you acting so like personally
Alright.
fucking like aggrieved that you failed in a video game?
Because I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing right now. It's like, I don't even know if I'm supposed to be here. I don't know what I'm looking for. I know I've died.
No, it's okay.
So
Question.
I'm pooped.
Go for it.
I'm feeling very poopist.
You feeling poopist?
Yeah, that's my word choice. Okay, it does
you're
seem
allowed
to
to say
everything
poopist.
has been okay. Everything that I killed is still killed. It's not. That's what I thought. It reset everything, so I was about to be really angry. Thankfully, it hasn't reset everything.
How would you feel if I was really angry?
I don't think I'd be very surprised.
Oh. Oh yeah, you can fix that just by learning things. Like a lot of things don't really make sense
There
until
we
you
go.
like look into them. Like you know, it's like we were talking about with the McDonald's coffee thing earlier.
There you go.
If somebody explains it as just somebody sued McDonald's because the coffee burnt them, it sounds silly. But then you look into the details and it makes sense. I feel like it goes for this kind of situation as well. There's a lot of science behind this stuff.
Ooh.
I've been to make a video about that at some point. But if I do it, it's gonna end up being like a massive fucking undertaking. Because it's gonna end up being like a fucking...
Ouch. That's ouch to the game, not real life.
Well, basically, if you want just like what I would summarize as my overview, I would say that like... Well, okay, so keep in mind here, none of this stuff is really new, it's just been thrown into the forefront because of, you know, right-wingers needing a new culture war after they lost on gay marriage. Like, keep in mind, like, you know...
Go. Okay.
I think what you gotta remember is that, like, nobody takes this shit lightly. Like, everybody comes at this stuff...
I found something.
Everybody comes at this stuff thinking it's as weird as you do, right? But the problem is that for some of those people, they kind of... You know, how can I put this? It's like they come from the same cultural backing as you, right? And they have the same initial understanding of things as you do, right?
Battle to the next level badges. Oh, it's just like Mario and Luigi Brothership.
But they end up having
Or
to,
just Mario
like,
and
you
Luigi
know...
in general, actually. They weren't called badges in that game.
But they end up having to understand things differently because they have different needs that force them to, you know, pay more attention. Like, they can't afford to just not think about it, you know? So eventually they have to come to terms with it, I guess in the same way that, like, even a bystander would, you know? But it's forced on them. You're coming to terms with it is forced on them because of their circumstances.
Well, that seems to have been a waste of my time. Like, what am I looking for here?
Yeah, that might have been a bonus.
It felt like it was, but like I didn't have anything else to go for, you know? A key is required. I can't get out of this room. I have to go in here? I don't have any blue exclamation points to go after.
That sounds very troubling.
Oh, I can
Okay,
open
you know
this
what?
now. That helps.
I'm gonna say like one last thing on this topic, which is just.
I'm a genius.
I'm gonna say one last thing on this topic, which is just I think the easiest way to understand it, right? Okay, is. I mean, obviously, this is probably not gonna be the best because there's still more information that I'm probably leaving out of this, right? The best way to understand it is that people have their own hardware, their own software, and their own BIOS, right? You know about a BIOS, right? You're a person on Twitch, you probably know what a BIOS is, right? The in-between between soft ones, let's see.
Oh yeah, what? Duh, I can go through here now. That's what I'm doing.
Well, the thing is, what you gotta remember is the question.
Okay,
the thing
let's
is
see.
like, when people exist that are outside of that, they're still part of the they're still human, right? They're not like you don't like. The problem is you can't like. How can I put this, right? They still exist is the thing. Like, if you're gonna come up with definitions for things that just pick that like pick a lot that basically say anything outside of these two things doesn't count, then it's not really like a comprehensive system for understanding things, is it?
Yeah, that's the thing that I've always heard, is that science doesn't deny things, it just explains them.
Yeah, like there's no type of star which doesn't count. There's no species, there's no like creature that's taxonomically a bird where they go, oh well, it doesn't really look like a bird, does it? So it doesn't count. They're all, but that's the thing. Like, that's the reason why all mammals are fish, right? Because the definition of a taxonomic class, right, is that everything that descends from wherever you
can
begin
never evolve out of a clade.
Yeah, you cannot evolve out of a clade, right? So, all birds are dinosaurs still, because they can't stop being dinosaurs. All vertebrates are fish.
Yeah, we're just weirdly reconfigured fish to live on land.
Yeah.
I made a post a while back about how we're basically fish body horror.
Yeah.
Because my example I always go to is your clavicle, your collarbone. That was in fish. Those are jaw bones. that's part of the jaw structure, and now we have these extremely simplified jaws with one bone, one jawbone. And then everything has shifted down to become the shoulder girdle, right? Like shoulder blades, clavicles, everything. Like our arms were originally fins, like all of this is here to support our limbs.
Yeah.
And like fish don't have necks, right? So having a neck is part of we have extra vertebrae in between there that creates the neck and has separated the jawbones and stuff. Actually, I think we have the same amount of vertebrae as a fish would, but again, everything's just weirdly stretched and morphed around. So if a fish had the mental capacity that we do, they would be disturbed.
That can't be the case though, because in mammalian species that have unevolved tails, right? Surely that's gotta be vertebrae lost, right?
No, we still have them, because the tailbone. All
is
of
it just
those,
all of them mushed together?
They have all fused together into one bone. Yeah. That's the thing that happens. Bones will move around. They'll change shape. Sometimes they fuse together. That's how we've managed to have one jawbone, is because actually even some early mammals had more structure to their jaw. And in everything except for possums, that has changed to the bones in your inner ear. They migrated and became very small and formed the inner ear. That one's always crazy to me.
I was gonna say one thing on the topic earlier, which was just gonna be So we'll talk about the
That's
gender stuff a little bit,
save
right?
point. Yeah, sorry. I biology stuff comes up. I get talking.
That's fine. I was just gonna bring up the fact that, like, number one, in actual, when you're talking about the detailed, like, advanced biology of it, right? Human sex is categorized on a double bell curve, right? Of two general groups of mostly shared qualities, right? But within those curves, even then, not all the traits are shared, right? Like, you can end up with people with you can have like non-expressed chromosomal variations, and you can have like certain people won't develop certain traits that are not. But it's like a tendency, right? Like, things tend to be like this or tend to be like this,
Yeah.
but with like a sort of cloud of like variation, right? And then there's a load of variants that are like in the middle, right? And that's roughly what the intersex community is, right? My argument, my way of looking at things is gender identity has been scientifically proven to exist as far as I'm concerned, right? There was a situation in Canada, like I think in the 70s, right? Where there was like a little kid, right? Who for some reason had to have a circumcision, right? Circumcision was botched, right? Penis destroyed, right? And I think some doctor involved who had a vested interest in trying to prove that gender identity didn't exist and was only learned, right? Was basically like, okay, let's just raise them as a girl, right? With, medical intervention or whatever, right? So this person was raised, from birth to think that he was a girl, right? And was given the anatomy and was given the hormones and everything, right? And basically, right, what happened is that he had the same experience as a cis person who had been unknowingly transitioned at birth that a trans person does if they're not, right? Like, they had the inverse, right? Because there was an inherent, like, male identity within him, right?
Mm-hmm.
And even though he outwardly acted, they thought they prematurely celebrated because,
You've gone into
he
the
was...
wall.
Because he was, quote, acting female, right? But that's just socialization, right? In his teens, he transitioned back to his birth sex, right?
Okay, I've got a blue exclamation point again now.
So what this basically says to me, right, okay, is that if a cis person, right, is forced to live as their non-birth sex, they get dysphoria, right?
It's downstairs.
If a trans person is forced to live with their birth sex, they do get dysphoria. Ergo, gender identity is a real physical thing within one's mind somehow from birth, right?
Fuck.
And what we have, and cis people just have the identity that matches most of everything else, and trans people end up with a mismatch, and the solution is just to let them transition.
There you go.
One second, see, when I asked them what's the reason, they had not much of those hormones.
Well, this isn't as helpful as I thought it would be.
If you're suggesting, like, just giving people the hormones that match their birth sex, number one, that's been tried, it doesn't work. Number two, yeah, like, you don't have to like be able to personally relate. I'm just explaining that there's like scientific backing, right? Like, I'm just trying to explain that, like, because that's the thing that annoys me about the conversation is everybody acts like this stuff showed up like a couple years ago, and it's all experimental or whatever, right? But it's like, the first surgeries were done in like the 1940s. It's like your puberty blockers have existed for fucking decades. There's like an entire generation or two of adults who grew up on them and are fine.
Like intentionally destroyed as well?
Oh, well, okay, so that was mostly understanding. Like, actual, like, medical procedures I don't think had really been done at that point, but there was a load of information on trans stuff that was in a library in Germany that was burnt by the Nazis. That one big famous shoot of the Nazis throwing books into the fire is them burning the research found at the Institute of Sexology, Berlin.
I remember there's a play.
Which makes it.
What's it called? Cabaret. That's about that.
Cabaret.
Yeah. You ever heard that one?
Mm-hmm. No. I don't know why I said mm-hmm. I meant like go on.
Oh, yeah,
Continue.
it's about that specific time period.
Mm-hmm. Oh, the 90s. Oh, yeah, World War
And
II.
that specific thing being done, yeah.
Mm-hmm. The book burning.
Yeah, and stuff surrounding that.
Yeah.
It's about a guy, the main character is like a journalist who just kind of went there just to like see what was going on and then kind of gets caught up in things, basically. Well, I'm gonna save here for now. I'm kind of stuck. And also, this is how long I wanted to stream for today, so...
There's something...
There we go.
Yeah, sure, sometime. Probably not tonight. I'm like, I gotta work in the morning. But sometime, yeah,
Return
sure.
to title screen.
I'm trying to get more practice at talking about stuff anyway, because like I said, I want to make a video at some point. Like a comprehensive one.
I'm a bit confused what I'm supposed to be doing here, because, so, I have the little exclamation point showing me where to go, right? But it's behind a locked door.
Oh,
I thought maybe I could get around it in subspace, but I can't. The same door is there in subspace and still locked. So I don't know what I'm doing. I don't want to have to look up a guide, but that might be where things are going, so... We'll see. I'll be back to play this again on Sunday. As for now, I'm going to be back on Saturday, and I'm gonna play more Rave Racer. And I'm gonna play Demon Tides. That's probably gonna be it on Saturday. So I guess Sunday I'll do Chibi Robo, as well as Romeo's a Dead Man.
Chobo, as it's known.
Hooray!
In the industry.
Yeah,
thank you everybody for being here. We've had some good conversation tonight.
Yeah. I'm gonna do a video on FlutterBug Auto about Rave Racer as well, so it'll be coming soon. I just need to... I haven't won a race yet, so... I need to get some more footage and figure that out a bit better, so... I already know a lot of the stuff that I'm gonna say about it, though, so... I'll probably start writing my script and stuff for it already, but... Hope you all look forward to that. It's probably going to be a while till I get a lot more videos out on the channel, because I'm focused on game dev at the moment. Because I have a game that I've been working on for the last, what, 2.5 years now? So, I really want to get it done. Because my previous game took me 3 years, and I want to get this one done before it has also taken 3 years, so... So, I'm focused on that, and then when that's out of the way, then I can do videos a bit more. So, I'm still playing racing games so I can build up topics for videos in the meantime, so you'll probably just get like a sudden influx of a bunch of stuff eventually, so... But yeah, thank you all for watching. I'll be back on Saturday. Bye-bye!
Bye-bye!